All right, what's going on, everybody? This is the remake of the risk video. If you're new to this course, this is the first video you're gonna see right after the intro video. And for majority of the people, you've already seen me do the first one, but please watch this again. The reason being, there's not enough times you can learn about risk, okay? And I'm gonna go a little bit into why this is so crucial. Okay, risk management is the first thing that you have to get good at if you ever want to make money in forex, like if you ever want to make money with trading. If you can become a good risk manager, okay, you're gonna be better than the person who's good at technical analysis. All right, let me just rephrase that again. Okay, our job as traders is actually not trader. If you want to be successful in this shit, the first thing you have to do is become a good risk manager, and you're a trader second. Trading comes second. Risk management comes first. Okay, all the success that I found this year and some into last year was I really refined my risk management. Risk management, emotions, and psychology, and strategy, and all that other stuff comes later. Okay, that's why you'll see some traders that are very good, even though they don't have the best strategy, and then you'll see traders that have the best strategy but still can't make money because they can't control, number one, their psychology, and number two, risk management. So without risk management, you're nothing. You're never gonna make it. This is the most important video of this whole program, this whole course. If you can't get this part down, don't even move forward. If you don't understand this, DM me, message me, because this is just crucial, okay? I made the mistake of not putting this video when I first made the course because I assumed wrongly that people already knew what this was. And I don't know why I assumed that, but it's very clear that, we have to put some emphasis on this. So we're just going to break down this video like this. Okay, if you're watching this the second time, please stick through it again. It's only going to benefit you. And if you don't know this, this is something you have to watch over and over again. All right. So the name of the video is risk management. We're going to talk about what is risk management, how do we calculate it, and how to think like a risk manager. Okay, this highlighted part here is we professional traders, and what I want to teach you guys, we only look at percentages. We don't look at dollar amounts. We don't look at if you see people on Instagram and YouTube, saying I caught 1,000 pips or I made 500 pips. That is just useless talk. It means nothing. It means nothing. Okay, you can make $1,000 with 10 pips, or you can make $1,000 with 1,000 pips. So in our program, we only talk percentages. If you're going to be talking in Discord, if you're going to message me, don't tell me how much money you made or how much pips you made. Tell me what percentage did you make? Okay, and we're going to get into that. So what is risk management? Risk management is essentially, okay, how much are you willing to risk per trade? How much are you willing to lose? Because the first thing good risk managers think of is not how much money can I make in this trade. It's how much am I going to lose if I lose this trade? Because let's be honest, we cannot predict these markets very well, okay? It's really hard to predict these markets. And all we can do is make assumptions and guesses and, calculated guesses and things like that according to our strategy. But there is one thing that we can't control, and that thing has to be controlled every time. If you slip up once, you're going to get chopped up. And that's risk. So if there's one thing that you can control, it's your risk. You always have to control your risk. Don't even ever think about doing a funding program or anything like that if you can't. If your risk management is not 100%, it's not going to work out for you. I did it. Trust me, I did it 3 times. Failed 3 challenges before I really, drilled this one in. So, risk management is how much am I willing to lose per trade, okay? If you have an account of $100, if you have a personal account of $100, or if you have an FTMO or, a funded account with $100,000, risk management is still the same thing. It doesn't matter if it's a $100 account or $1 million account. You just have to determine how much are you willing to risk, okay? I understand on a $100 account, you may not want to risk 1%, but for educational purposes, if you have a $100 account, I always suggest you do live trading or instead of demo trading. Treat that $100 account like $1 million account, a $100,000 account. You will get to the $100,000 account. I promise you. If you can perfect this part, okay. Treat that $100 account like a $100,000 account, and you're gonna really see improvements in your trading. So for this example, we're just gonna say that we have $100,000 funded account. Okay, let's say it's 3 months down the road and you're funded. What do you need to do? Like, okay, every trade, how much are you willing to lose on it? Okay, if you have $1,000 account, you need to have predetermined risk. It does two things. When you have predetermined risk, let's say you have $1,000 account and you are willing to lose $50. When you lose that $50, it's not going to hurt as much. It's not going to throw your psychology as much off as much. It's not going to make you revenge trade because you already knew you were going in with that risk. If you're just throwing in random lot sizes, you're going to get tossed up all over the place. So we need to know how to calculate risk, and we need to predetermine risk. Okay, later down the road when we talk about funding and things like that, I'm going to create a plan for everybody on how much you should be risking. But the normal standard in the industry is 1% risk per trade. So on $1,000 account, that's $10. On $100,000 account, that's $1,000. Okay, so how do we calculate that? Okay, and how do we think like a risk manager? So before you do anything, you need to know how to calculate this. So don't ever take a trade without ever calculating your lot size. It's never the same lot size. I had some people in Discord saying, how much lot size should I use on a $100,000 account? That's when I woke up and I was like, oh, not everybody knows what risk management is. So, and when I really refine this on top of my psychology, on top of my emotions, that's when I found the most success in trading. That's when things started to click and make sense. Okay. How can we calculate it? Okay. I'm going to show you one way, and then there's apps and things that you can use. But the best way to do it, typically you're going to be on your computer. I used to even do this on my phone. All you have to do is go to Google and just search my FX book lot size calculator. It's the first thing here. Okay, I personally do it on my phone. I used to be a big Android fanboy, and I bought this iPhone just for two reasons. Number one, the MT4 app works a little bit better, and because it has an app called Stinu, which is like $14 a year. It lets you calculate lot sizes beautifully. So it's going to bring you to a page like this. All right. And you're going to pick the pair that you're trading. Let's say you're trading, Euro USD. Your account currency. This is not too important, but just leave it at USD. Account size for this example, we're saying we're going to have a $100,000 account. We're always risking 1% or less. So 1% risk. This is how it calculates it. You have to go on TradingView and say, okay, you know what? I have a supply zone drawn here, and I want to enter on whatever break of this candle and XYZ. My stop loss is 20 pips. That's your stop loss. You know that. You come and you put 20 here, and you calculate it. This will spit out a lot size for you, and this is 5 lots. Okay, 5 lots. So how that works now is if you lose this trade, you're gonna lose $1,000 every time. It's not gonna be $1,200, $1,300, $900. There's no guessing. We don't do no guessing in trading. Okay, everything's gotta be predetermined, especially risk. $1,000 is what you're gonna lose. Okay, so that's how you calculate. For all my iPhone users, man, I would spend $14 to get that app, Stinu. 100% worth it. Best money I ever spent. So that's how you calculate it. Okay, now we know what risk management is, how we calculate it. Now, how do we think like a risk manager? Okay, and why we don't look at pips or dollar amounts or whatever. I made this much. I made $1,000. I don't care if you made $1 million or $1. All I care about is what percentage did you make. Okay, so on TradingView, whenever you hit the long or short tool like this, it's always going to give you a 1-to-1 ratio. 1-to-1. Okay. What that really means is if you enter right here and your stop loss is 73.8 pips and your take profit is 73.8 pips, this should equal 1%. This area should equal 1%. Because when you put in your calculator 73.8 pips as a stop loss on a $100,000 account, when your profit gets to here, that's 1%. That's 1%. Okay, this is very useful when you are trading larger accounts, when you're trying to get funded. You're not gonna pass a funding challenge without knowing this. There's no way. So how we make money in these markets is we always make more money in a winning trade, and we lose the same percentage on a losing trade. Every time we win trades, we want to make 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%. Every time we lose, we don't want to lose more than 1%. Typically, we don't want to lose more than 1.5% per day when we're, in a funding situation. So how you apply this in the markets is when you've done the strategy and you're ready to take this to the live markets, and you have this area drawn out, and you're going short here, and your stop loss is 20 pips. You put it into the calculator. What we're thinking of is when we get to basically 20 pips, we're gonna have made 1%. So on a $100,000 account, we made $1,000. So when you see me talk about 2R, 3R, 4R in the course or somewhere on Discord, just know what I mean. It means per 2%, 3%, 4%. This would be like 2%. Okay, a 1 to 2 is great way to make money. Typically, we like to aim for 3% per trade. Okay, this does a few things. Number one, it's very calculated. 3%, we know we made 3%. Any of these funding challenges, to make money with prop firms, you always need to be thinking percentages. That's all I look at. All I look at is that I made 1.17%. I don't even look at it as $1,170 or something. Okay, this way, every time we lose this trade, we lost $1,000. Okay, every time we win a trade, we made $3,000. That's how you become profitable in these markets, is when you win more than you lose. No, sorry, let me rephrase that. When you make more money per trade than you lose, that's when you win. That's when you make more money, okay? If we go into my FTMO accounts, which I'll show later, my win rate is about 40%, sometimes 35%, sometimes 38%. It's been as low as 20%, and I've made money. It's because every time I win a trade, I take 3R, all right? So for example, let's say you risked, on your first trade, you made 3R, okay? Your next trade, you lost the trade. You lost 1R. The trade after, you lost 1R again. You're on, so yeah, sorry. The first trade you won 3%. Second trade, you lost. The trade after that, you lost again. Guess what? You're still up 1%, even after losing 2 trades. So that's why this is very important, because this is how it compounds and you make money. Even so, if you hit 3% trade and you lose 2 in a row, you're still up $1,000, 1%. That's where, when we'll talk about scaling in and really increasing our percentages, that's how you make money. So this video is super important. If you didn't know this before, you need to go back and watch this video like 10 times and take notes, write it down, put it on your wall. I used to have this on a whiteboard right in front of my monitor on this wall, about a year and a half, 2 years ago. I used to have it on the wall just so I would have to look at it every time. Super important, man, super important. So if you're starting out the course or you're watching this video again, don't even think about moving forward until you have this stuff like literally memorized. This should come to you naturally. Like, you know how sometimes you're driving and you forgot you were even driving? Like, this is how that should be. So, yeah, this is the first video you should have watched after the intro video. Again, if you already know this stuff, great, awesome. If you didn't, go back and watch this video again.